who owned almost everything, huge houses, expensive cars, and more money than most people could imagine. But deep inside, he carried a pain no amount of wealth could fix. His little daughter, Aria, was born without a voice. From the day she came into this world, she never spoke a single word. Doctors tried every treatment. Teachers tried special lessons. Even spiritual healers prayed. Nothing worked. The mansion was filled with gold and diamonds, but also with silence. One afternoon, something strange happened in the busy city square. A poor girl stepped forward, holding a dirty old bottle in her hands. She claimed it could change everything for Aria. People laughed at her. Others whispered that she was crazy. But what happened next was so shocking that it would make headlines around the world. Before we dive deeper, tell me in the comments, where are you watching from? And what time is it right now? And don't forget to wronged like and subscribe to for more unbelievable stories. The city square was alive with noise, people talking, footsteps echoing, vendors calling out their sales. But little Aria heard none of it. For her, the world was silent. At only 7 years old, she had never spoken a single word. She often touched her throat, wishing she could push sound out, but nothing ever came. Her father had spent millions, searching for a cure, flying her to the best hospitals, hiring world-famous doctors, even trying secret therapies, but still her voice never arrived. That day, Aria stood quietly near a fountain. She wore her neat blue vest over a checkered blouse, her pale hair glowing in the sunlight. Around her, children laughed and shouted, their voices filling the air. But Aria stayed silent as always. Then a shadow moved closer. It was another girl, her clothes old, her skin dusty, her hands rough from living on the streets. She clutched a plastic bottle filled with a strange brown liquid. People wrinkled their noses at it. It didn't look safe. But the girl's eyes were fixed on Aria, and she stepped forward. The homeless girl's name was Rina. She looked only a little older than Aria, but life on the streets had made her seem far tougher. Her shirt was torn, her braids tied with a faded pink string. In her hands, she held the bottle close to her chest, as if it were treasure. She stopped just a few steps away and whispered, "You're thirsty, aren't you?" Aria blinked. Her throat felt dry, but she couldn't answer. Rina's voice softened. "I saw you touching your throat." "I know that pain. I've seen it before." Slowly, she stretched her hands forward, offering the bottle. "Drink this. Just a little. It might help." The crowd around them laughed. Some shook their heads. "Disgusting," one man muttered. Others whispered that the girl was crazy. But Rina didn't lower the bottle. Her eyes locked on Aria's pale face. "Don't look at me like I'm lying. My grandmother gave me this before she died. She said it had power. It saved me once. Maybe it can save you too." Aria's small hands trembled. Should she trust her? Aria froze. Her father's warnings echoed in her head. Never take anything from strangers, especially on the streets, but she couldn't look away from the bottle in Rina's hands. Rina stepped closer, her tone firmer now. "Don't be afraid. I know what this is. When I was sick and could barely breathe, my grandma forced me to drink it. The next morning I was fine. Doctors had no answers, but she did. She called it a gift." Aria's lips parted, but no sound came. Her eyes filled with questions. Rina leaned in, lowering her voice so only Aria could hear. "You can't talk, can you? That's why you stare but never reply. You're trapped. Just like me. No one listens to you. No one hears me either." Her words cut deep. Aria's chest rose and fell quickly, as if someone had spoken her deepest secret out loud. Rina extended the bottle again, almost desperate now. "Then drink! What do you have to lose?" Aria's pale fingers twitched. The crowd whispered louder. And slowly, her hand began to reach out. Aria's hand finally touched the bottle. Its surface was sticky, rough, and unpleasant, but she didn't pull back. Rina's eyes softened with hope. Carefully, she guided the bottle closer to Aria's lips. "Just a small sip," Rina warned. "Don't be greedy. Let it touch your throat." "That's enough." Aria tilted the bottle. The strange liquid slid onto her tongue. It was earthy, bitter, and unlike anything she had ever tasted. Her face twisted and she gagged, coughing hard. "Slow!" Rina cried, quickly pulling the bottle back. "Don't spit it out, swallow, that's how it works." Aria coughed again, her eyes watering, but she didn't spit. She forced herself to swallow. A warmth spread through her chest, down her throat, like something waking up inside her. She froze, her small hands clutching her neck. Rina's face lit up with cautious hope. Good, that's it. You'll see. Maybe it will do for you what it once did for me. Aria gasped, eyes wide. Something inside her throat was moving. Aria's tiny fingers pressed against her throat. Something new stirred inside her, like a pressure trying to escape. Her lips parted, but still no sound came. Before anything more could happen, a loud, angry voice cut through the square. Step away from her! The crowd turned. It was Aria's father. His polished shoes struck the stone hard, his face red with fury. In a flash, he rushed forward and pulled Aria behind him, shielding her. Rina froze, clutching the bottle tightly to her chest like armor. I didn't hurt her, she cried. I swear I didn't. Silence! The father roared. How dare you touch my daughter with that filth? Gasps spread through the crowd. Men in suits and women in fancy dresses gathered, pointing and whispering. To them, it looked like a dirty street girl trying to poison a millionaire's child. But Aria's wide eyes darted between her father and Rina. Her throat burned. With the strange warmth, something inside her was ready to break free. She opened her mouth. The crowd waited, expecting the father to call the guards or snatch the bottle away. But then it happened. Aria's lips trembled. A broken sound escaped her throat. Pa! The square went silent. For 7 long years, no sound had ever come from her mouth. Doctors, teachers, healers, none of them could change it. But now, in the middle of a noisy marketplace, after drinking from a ragged bottle, a word had finally come out. The father staggered back, shock and fear mixing on his face. His heart pounded as if the world had stopped. Aria! Say it again, he whispered, almost begging. Her small chest rose and fell. She tried once more. Papa! The word cracked, rough but real. Gasps erupted all around. Some people clapped their hands to their mouths. Others whispered, a miracle, while a few muttered, it must be dangerous. The father dropped to his knees, clutching Aria tightly. Tears streamed down his face. He had spent millions for this one word, and now it had finally come. But what did it really mean? The father's arms trembled as he held Aria close. He wanted to be angry, to accuse Rina, to call her a liar. But his daughter's voice had broken through all his doubts. She had spoken. Rina took a careful step forward, her voice shaking. I told you. It's not poison. My grandmother left it to me. She said it could heal what no doctor could. The father's eyes narrowed. You expect me to believe that? That a ragged girl from the streets could give me what the finest hospitals in the world failed to do? Whispers spread through the crowd. It's a miracle, one woman said. No, another man argued. It's dangerous. Who knows what's inside that bottle? Rina's face burned with shame, but she lifted her chin. Believe what you want. I didn't ask for your trust. I only gave her what I had, and it worked. That's all that matters. The father's pride battled with the truth in front of him. His tears blurred his vision. Then Aria tugged his sleeve. Her lips moved again. The father turned quickly, afraid it was only his imagination. But Aria's lips moved again. Friend, she whispered, her tiny hand reaching out toward Rina. The crowd gasped once more. No one laughed this time. A millionaire had money, power, and influence, yet it was a hungry street girl who gave his daughter her first voice. The father's throat tightened. He pulled out a silk handkerchief and pressed it into Rina's hand. His voice shook. This will never be enough. Nothing I give you can repay what you've done. But from today, you will never go hungry again. Rina stared at the cloth in disbelief. For the first time in years, someone wasn't treating her like trash. Tears filled her eyes. Aria smiled softly, her pale fingers brushing Rina's dirt-streaked hand. The word friend echoed once more, stronger this time. The crowd stood in silence, their hearts touched by what they had witnessed. A miracle born not from riches, but from kindness. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Black and Wronged. And tell me in the comments, would you have trusted the girl or pulled your child away?